Well, good morning. Welcome to another video on the channel. It feels like ages since I've recorded one, and I don't think this one's going to be especially long, as still feeling rotten, but I needed to get out on the bank and at least try for at least a couple of hours. So I headed to my local fishery, Ashmoor Lakes. I'm just having a little wander because I can see quite a lot of ice. It is Baltic. I will be returning to the car when I get the rest of the stuff to get my big jacket on, because it is freezing. Well, I was actually planning on going on Lake 1, right in the corner. Just thought it'd be nice and quiet, but where is it? There it is. Yeah, Lake 1 is frozen. Lake 2 is frozen around the edge, but not all the way round. As is Lake 3, it's got frozen parts. So I am under no illusion that this is going to be an easy few hours fishing. Oh, look, there's a pile of ice on the floor down there, so and over here. So people have obviously broken the ice to fish. So yeah, I think I might go here on Lake 2. It's a nice little spot. I've fished here a fair few times. So oh, I can hear another car coming into the car park. I did wonder, because there was literally no one here when I got here. No one here at all. So yeah, we'll perch here, I think, and have a go. Quite cold. Now, I have taken my jacket off because I hate being constricted when I'm fishing, and that thing, it's bad enough wearing these salopettes, but the jacket is so big and clumpy. I thought I'd try and get away with not wearing it for a little while. So, what am I going to do? I have two lines of attack today. Firstly, I'm going to go on the float. And Ashmoor Lake's favourite, to be fair. There's only really 3 styles of fishing that I do at Ashmoor. 90% of the time it's float or feeder. But then when it's warm, I crack out the floater fishing gear. It's so good up here in the summer. On the old surface fishing, or doing the surface fishing. But float fishing works incredibly well too. Now, I don't know where I was fishing before here, but I think that's definitely going to be a bit too deep. There's the hook and hook link looking sharp. Okay, now hopefully I have a plummet, because I do. Because if I'm honest, this bag hasn't really changed since I last went fishing. And because I've been so blooming ill recently, since Christmas really, my levels of giving a damn about anything have depleted quite a lot. Let's go down there, I think. I'll tell you what, maybe it was here I fished last. In fact, it's a lot deeper than I thought. It must be a lot of water in here at the moment. A lot more water, should I say, because that is deep compared to normal. Let's try that. Yeah, so I've literally got exactly the same stuff in here. When I opened it last night before I put it in the car, I just topped or emptied the water bottle and put some fresh water in there because it's probably been frozen a few times. There we go, that's perfect. Yeah, it's got to be about 4 foot, 4.5 foot deep. It's a bit deeper than usual. Now I've got the old classic magwars. Picked up from Steve, the tackle shop man, yesterday. Not going to go mad on bait-wise. I think we'll keep it to a minimum until we, or if we start getting bites. Oh, there's only me and one other angler here, and he happens to be another Anglers Hideaway team member. So at the moment we've got the whole place to ourselves. I'm sure that'll change, but there we go. Float is in. I am fishing. That's always a worry for me when it's days like this and it's this cold, that there is a potential for a blank at Ashmoor Lakes. Now, I've never blanked here before in my life. I've broken ice like other people have before and caught fish. But I don't want to blank. I really don't want to blank. I just had a bite, so that's a good sign. Come on, fishy, fishy, fishy. Float. I have got a classic method to try that I haven't done for, I reckon, 10, 15 years, and that's the maggot feeder. Now, for as long as I can remember, I've been, every time I feed a fish, I use a flatbed feeder. I have done for, yeah, donkey's years. So I thought I'd try a maggot feeder, because I haven't done that in so long. I thought it'd be interesting to see if it, you know, if it works. If I can't get a bite on the float, the chances are I probably won't, but you never know. If I could get at least something or a couple of fish on the float, then yeah, I'll crack out the maggot feeder. What's the worst that can happen? We have a fish on, and I have a feeling it's a carp. It's too heavy to be anything else, I think. And I've just realised my landing net is the wrong side of the tripod. Oh, it's come off. Oh no. Oh, well, at least it was a bite. Okay. Try that again. Ah, it's a shame. I have a funny feeling it was foul hooked. Yeah, something just didn't feel right about that. Oh well, c'est la vie. All is quiet on the western front. Had one tiny little bite since that carp, and that's it. It's bitter. Well, I can tell I'm still not feeling exactly right, because I'm not that cold sat here like this. And I could tell it's freezing cold. It is absolutely Baltic, but I'm still fairly warm. So there is an upside to still being ill. My body temperature is much higher. So that's good. I've got another one on. That felt like more of a proper bite, and I feel connected. He's jiggering his head around, so I'm assuming this is a little carp, I think. Nothing else really that would pull like this, unless it's a fairly sizable barbel, but I don't think it is. It doesn't want to stop, and now it's going straight towards the island. On fairly light tackle, really. A float rod, 4 pound line. Oh, that's all right, still on. I'll come off then. There's 4 pound line straight through. I haven't got a hook link on. I don't think I have anyway. Yes, it's definitely fighting like a carp, not a barbel. Way too heavy, I think. Still, it's nice to get a bend. Well, one that I feel a little bit more confident in getting in anyway. That last one, there was something wrong. I think I'd hooked it. Foul hooked it, because all I was lifting was like lifting up a sack of potatoes. There was just nothing there. That's what I love about this place. I mean, even in the winter, you can get a bite. It's right next to my feet now. It's just going around in circles. Yeah, it's just, when it's this cold, it is nice to sometimes just take the size of the fish and the species of the fish out of the equation and just go fishing and try and catch. And quite a lot of the time the fish in here are very obliging. That's coming right next to my feet again. Definitely a carp. I just saw it look like a common carp. Right out in the middle of the lake now. Then he just comes back in. Ooh. There's not a huge amount to worry about in here when it comes to snags, unless they reach the island and try and go around it. But the bank sides, you know, there's a bit of an undercut bank here. You've got to be slightly careful when they get really close in. But if you're just gentle, I mean, this rod is bent round like a U shape because it's not really designed for carp. I brought it for my cruising fishing, so it's very, very light. But yeah, as long as you're careful, keep the drag adjusted correctly, or your back wind correct, whichever way you do it. There's no rush, luckily. Christ, that is going now. Okay, taking the mick a bit now. It's been on for so long. It's quite hard to reel in. Like, you keep hearing these funny noises probably from the reel. It's because he's right next to my feet and the rod's extending beyond the fish. There we go, he's up, kind of up on the surface, and let's see if we can get him in. There we go. There we go. He's in. Lovely jubbly. He's actually quite a nice size. Now I'm going to try and do this because I'm worried I'm going to lift him and he's going to fly back into the lake. So. There we go. What a lovely looking fish. Right, I've got the net between my legs so he can't go far. There he is. Beautiful common. Probably, I would say, not far off double figures. Let's slip her back. Now I'm cold. That fish was freezing. Right. We'll do a little bit more on the float, I think, and then we'll move over to the feeder. Well, that was a brilliant start, really. I'll say start, been there about 45 minutes. But it's always good to get a bite and land it. So I've got the float back out again now. We're going to do about another half an hour on the float and then give the feeder a go. I've just catapulted some maggots out towards the island. And see what happens. It'll be interesting because I've not, like I say, I've not fished that way for a long time now. I mean, I do have some flatbeds with me and I do have some ground bait. But I thought I'd give the old school way a go. Now, there's a little area just behind me in Lake 1. That's really good sometimes, especially in the summer months anyway. There's a pipe that runs between the lakes. And in the winter, sometimes the carp shoal up and hide in the pipe. So I'll just put some bait down in front of it. There's only a small area that's not iced over on Lake 1. So it could be a bit airy, but we'll give that a go in a little while as well. This is the little area here, look. Just down there, there's the little pipe. So I'm going to drop the float just in front of it. I'm only going to give it a few minutes. I think that's all it would need if there is something there. Then I'll have a go with the old maggot feeder. He's only a little one. He's not very happy. Beautiful little common carp. Stalked out the edge. Lovely jubbly. Let's slip it back. Well, that was a good bit of fun. Not the biggest of fish, but on a cold day like today, you take any opportunity that you can. And as I know that's a known little area where they sit, it was worth a shot. It's only a little one, but to be fair, with how the ice is in that lake, it's probably best it was. I have put a little bit of another handful of maggots down there to maybe have another go later on. what to do now. Do I get the feeder rod? I think I'll give the float rod another 15 minutes down here. If nothing happens, it's feeder ahoy. Things that really annoy me when I'm on the bank. Litter. Really bugs me, especially when there's a bin provided. We've got some rolling paper and a lid, and the bin was literally that far away. Oh, we've got some interesting equipment down there. What have we got? 3-metre telescopic landing net pole. It's been trod on. At least they put it next to the bin. Maybe it's just because they're too tall to fit into the bin. But someone's obviously stood on that because it's all shattered. Hey, hey, hey. Little feeder. Now the only thing I do wonder, actually, looking at that, is I've used one of my flatbed feeder rigs on it. And I think that's a bit short, so I might stick another one of those, another hook link on. Yeah, I think that's a bit too short, really. Let's see what else we have. £4 to 16. That'll do. Yeah, it's a little bit longer. And sharp. Just try and straighten that out a little bit. Ouch. There we go. Now, whenever I'm feeder fishing, for using any kind of feeder fishing, I always use one of these little quick change beads. Just makes life so much easier. You just pop the bead back, take off the hook link, put that in my bag, take the new hook link, which I can't get hold of, put it onto the little clip, push the bead back over, job done. Now, do I do a practice cast or just go for it? I think I'm just going to go for it. Oh, I can hear a woodpecker in the background. I think it was a woodpecker anyway. It was pecking into wood. Yeah, there we go. So I think I'm going to go with 2 maggots on the hook. Same as I've been doing on the float. And then fill the feeder, and I'm going to cast it just to the right of the island where I pinged a few maggots. There we go, fit it right up, right up. Like so. There we go. Let's get that out before the maggots all start coming out. Now, I assume they're going to come out fairly slowly, as you know, as soon as they get into the cold water anyway. All right, let's try not to stuff this up. Went a bit too far past the island, but we dragged it back a little bit. Sink the line. And then stick it on the old feeder rest. There we go, lovely, lovely. Right. So we are fishing. Well, it's been fishing all day, but let's just adjust the drag a little bit, just in case a carp comes along. There we go. I do love a bit of feeder fishing, just watching that tip. It's just like watching a float, really. As long as you, it's just nice to watch something and see if anything comes along. Nothing at all has happened on the feeder. Must admit, I thought it would be a bit of a winner. A few maggots just crawling out of the feeder. Not even a nibble. It's been out for about half an hour. I've cast it 2 different places and it's right on the island. I couldn't get much closer. So I thought that's gotta be the one. Nothing at all. It might be getting to that time of day now where they just switch off. You know, we're coming towards sort of lunch, or 11-ish. It's just all gone dead. I've just fed a margin spot with some pellets, and then a bit further out with some maggots. So I think I'll bring this in a minute. Have a go with the maggots a bit further out, and then maybe have a go a bit closer in before I leave. But I haven't blanked. That's the main thing. It was nice to have the option, and it was nice to use it again. And I'm sure when it's a little bit warmer, it would work. But let's try the float again. So it is just lovely to be out, must admit. As you probably saw with my previous video, it's not been exactly easy recently. Now, I caught COVID or flu, whatever it was, just before Christmas, like the 22nd of December. And wiped me out for most of Christmas, to be fair. And I haven't been the same since. All I want to do is sleep. I've got that kind of dull headaches and just fatigue. Yeah, it's not been nice at all. And, you know, I've had the opportunity to go out fishing many times. Last weekend I was going to go, brought the maggots and everything. Same as the weekend before. And I just couldn't do it. Couldn't get up. And when I did get up, I felt so rough. I thought, I don't want to make things worse by sitting on a bank freezing. I am really glad that I got out. And I haven't got long left, because to be fair, like I said, I just get tired so much. And I'm knackered now. And I've only been up for a few hours. Oh. But I'm getting there. Definitely getting there. Definitely warmed the cockles, or frozen the cockles actually. But it's been a really enjoyable few hours fishing, and I managed to catch a couple, so that's good. See if I can get one more. If I can get one more, I mean, I'm happy either way. But if I can get one more, then that'll kind of seal the day for me. Going on a little mission. I could hear a woodpecker in one of these trees very close to me. going to see if I can see it. If it doesn't get scared by me walking up towards it. It's just stopped. It knows I'm coming. So I think it's in these trees above me here, or in front of me here. Don't know if my phone will get close enough anyway, but I'll see if I can see it. I'm not 100% sure that was a woodpecker. I'm not really very good with my birds. The flying kind. So, it could have been a woodpecker. I'll probably have a look later on Google and see if I can find out. It was definitely giving the tree a damn good whacking, which is a woodpecker type thing. Right, anyway, let's get back to the fishing. Float fishing for a little longer, see if I can get another one. Then I'm going to fish in the margins, if I can't. See if I can get one there. If I can't get one there, I'm going to put some bait in front of the pipe and see if I can get one more out of there before I go. Lovely. It's a bit odd that the roach don't seem to be showing themselves. It's pretty good roach conditions, really. Maybe I should have brought a bit of bread flake with me. Probably still would have caught carp. But maggots, light float. Yeah, strange. Very strange indeed. I thought the roach would have been quite active. Or the perch as well. Yeah, I think it was something like -2, -3 last night. So, mind you, you'd think that would knock the carp off more than anything, but the carp are, or were, still slightly active. Very odd. Well, nothing's happening on the float at all. So I'm just going to put a bit of maggots, just a quarter of a handful in front of the pipe, and I'll move my net over. See if we can get one out of there. I'm only going to give it a few minutes, and then I'll call it a day. I think I'll feel a bit ropey and out of breath. I've only gone from my chair, which is there, to over there. Well, not even over there, just to here. So literally 10 steps. And I'm knackered. So let's see if we can get one last fish. Wow, annoyingly I just lost one. It's a really nice golden looking common carp as well. It's really clear in this little, well, not really clear, but there's a couple of feet at least of decent visibility. So just put a few more maggots down there. I'll give it a few minutes and see if they come back. Bit gutted, but it is what it is. All right, hopefully we can get one more. Well, it's only a little common, but it's a lovely little fish. I'm going to try for one more before I go. See if we can get something a little bit bigger to finish the video. Let's slip this one back. There we are, the last fish, a little common carp on a very cold winter's day. It's been absolutely fantastic fishing down here at Ashmoor Lakes, as it always is, even when there is ice on the lakes. 3 or 4 carp, I can't remember now. I was after perch and roach, but a fish is a fish when it's this cold. And it certainly lit the fires again. So thank you very much for watching. Please like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you on the next one.